an egg.
But just the egg gives it a little difference in texture.
They're then fried in olive oil on both sides for a couple of minutes.
So when they've had a couple of minutes, again, you don't need to colour them too much. What I'm going to do is cook them with tomatoes. Now, these are the San Marzano tomatoes that are so famous around here. The reason being, they're grown in this volcanic earth all the way around here that produce a really sweet tomato that lends itself together with the famous pizza, of course. But we're going to slice these up. Now, these are real meaty tomatoes. Hardly any seeds in here. Nice and sweet, low in acid. Perfect for this dish. So when our aubergines are ready, you can lift these out. Keep the pan nice and hot. This is a good thing with this, you can all cook it in the same pan. Grabbing your tomatoes, throw them in as well. We start to fry them down in plenty of olive oil. Don't be shy with this. And some basil leaves. And basically just rip up the basil. I always try and add the garlic now, after you've added the tomatoes and everything else. I find it's much better flavour in with everything. We'll put the lid on to give them a hand, which is just enough time so we can actually start to fill our aubergines.
To make the filling, I add some grated Parmesan, some sultanas.
I just like sweetness with this, and I think it really does work.
I then add some mozzarella and some basil leaves before rolling the aubergine into parcels.
So the tomatoes are now stewed down. These don't take very long to cook at all, maybe about sort of 8 to 10 minutes. And then simply just put your aubergines sat on the top. And then we're going to finish this off, because this is a mozzarella fest. That's how it should be. Grabbing more of our cheese. Just place a slice of cheese over each piece. A bit more fresh basil to this, just ripped up. And olive oil, because you can't get enough of this stuff. Then just pop the lid on for 2 minutes, just to melt that cheese, and that is going to be ready. And after a couple of minutes, the cheese starts to melt, it absorbs into the sauce, and all we can do is lift this out and serve it. Look at that. This is my kind of food. Just simple, great flavours, and finish it off with just a grating of Parmesan cheese. But what it is using great ingredients right on Naples' doorstep to create a dish that's really simple. Stuffed aubergine with cooked tomatoes and basil. Simplicity is always the key, and Naples is the prime example of that. And if you want to try this together with any of the recipes from the entire series, then log on to our website, goodfoodchannel.co.uk.